Midterm elections get that name because they're considered to sort of check in on how the president is doing in the middle of a 4-year term. And there is a lot at stake right now for Democrats, since they control the presidency, the House of Representatives, and the Senate. Although you wouldn't know it by the amount of legislation they've been able to pass. That's because control in the Senate is so narrow. It's actually split 50-50, and the Democrats only have control by virtue of Vice President Kamala Harris's tie-breaking vote. And that is not enough of a margin to overcome the filibuster rule, which requires 60 votes to end debate before legislation can move to a final vote. That's the issue Democrats have been dealing with for 2 years. But now there are 35 seats up for election in the Senate, and all 435 are on the ballot in the House. And depending on how these elections go, the parties in power could change. There are really 6 major elections to watch in the Senate that it could impact who holds power for the rest of President Joe Biden's term. Those races are in Georgia between Raphael Warnock and Herschel Walker, Pennsylvania between John Fetterman and Dr. Mehmet Oz, Nevada between Catherine Cortez Masto and Adam Laxalt, Arizona between Mark Kelly and Blake Masters, Ohio between Tim Ryan and J.D. Vance, and Wisconsin between Lieutenant Governor Mandela Barnes and Ron Johnson. There'll be hard-fought battles between the candidates you hear, and potentially making for a long election night for each of their campaigns. In the House, where the margin is larger for Democrats, it's actually more likely power flips to Republicans. Going into this election, Democrats hold 220 seats and Republicans hold 212, with 3 vacancies where 1 person passed away and 2 people have resigned. So the Democrats have the majority by 8 seats. Now, it's sort of a general rule that whichever party doesn't hold the presidency will pick up seats in the House in the midterm elections, and it's usually a lot, like 26 seats a lot. That's been the average gain since the end of World War II. So that's why right now political polling site Project 538 predicts Republicans have a 4 in 5 chance, or an 80% shot, of taking control of the House. The Cook Political Report rates 33 seats as toss-ups that could go either way. The districts you see listed right here. 23 of those are currently held by Democrats and 10 are held by Republicans. And those will most likely be the ones that decide how power shifts in the House. This is Stephanie Haney, Legally Speaking.